Hi guys, my name is Tanya and today I'm here to talk to you about some dental insurance 101. We're going to talk today about what is dental insurance, how does it work, and how to pick a plan that's right for you. So let's get started. First, I just want to introduce myself a little bit. I do hold a bachelor's in business management through Western Governors University. I'm the office manager of a dental practice in the state of Arkansas. I'm also an insurance coordinator. I'm a registered dental assistant for the state of Arkansas, and I've been in the dental field for over 20 years. Now, the reason I have explained all this to you is so that you understand that I have had tons and tons of questions over the years regarding dental insurance benefits. And so I've dealt with it a lot. And what I wanted to do was put something together that will hopefully answer questions that I get all the time for you guys and hopefully help y'all to understand better your insurance or maybe even help you find the plan that you're looking for to help you get the dental coverage that you're wanting. So, what exactly is dental insurance? Well, it is definitely very different from medical insurance. Dental insurance is basically a way for you to get your dental treatment that you need at discounted prices. Okay, bottom line, that's what it is. Um, we get questions all the time. People think that it's covers the same way and works the same way as medical insurance, when in fact it is completely different. So we're going to kind of go into some of these differences and hopefully help you to understand how it's different. Okay, so dental insurance is typically broken down into categories, and the first category we're going to talk about is the diagnostic and preventative. So diagnostic and preventative is typically covered anywhere from 80 to 100%. Usually there's no deductible. It covers things like exams, x-rays, and basic cleanings or prophylaxis cleanings. Um, I have seen x-rays covered under basic services before, but usually it is covered under diagnostic and preventative services. Now, basic services. Now, this is something that's usually covered between 60 to 80%. The deductible will typically apply to this, though not always, and it'll cover things like fillings and simple extractions. The next service we're going to talk about is major services. So major is covered usually from 30 to 50%. The deductible will typically apply to this if there is a deductible. It covers things like crowns, bridges, partials, dentures, and implants if implants are a covered service under your plan. And then orthodontics. So this is usually covered at 50%. It usually is age restrictive, meaning that it's typically covered for like the kids on that are covered under the plan. Although there are some that do have adult ortho coverage. It just depends on the plan that you have. Normally, there's not a deductible that applies to this, although I have seen a few plans over the years that do. It's just not something that's real common. Now, one thing we did not cover is cosmetic services. So that is usually not a covered service. Things like bleaching, cosmetic dentistry with also includes like lumineers, things like that. Your insurance plan will usually only cover things that are needed, as in you have to have it or it could cause infection or, medical problems, that sort of thing. Now, there are some variances, okay? So, oral surgery, gum disease, and root canals, I have seen these covered under basic or major. It just really depends on the plan that you have as to how this is going to be covered. So you'll just need to take a look and see how that's covered under your plan. So how does it all work? Well, we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about what kind of different plans they have out there. So the two main types of insurance that we see in our area are PPO plans and indemnity plans. There are other types of plans out there. There are HMOs and others, but we're not going to discuss those today. We are going to focus on the PPO plans and the indemnity plans today. So what is a PPO plan? A PPO plan is a preferred provider organization. Okay. If you have a PPO plan, it is in your best interest to find a dentist who is in network with your insurance company, meaning that dentist is contracted with your insurance company. What this means for you is that the dentist is contracted, he has agreed to the fees that your insurance company has given him or her, and he is only going to charge those fees, okay? In addition to your insurance company covering a percentage of that. All right. So that gives you a deeper discount. Now, with a PPO plan, you can typically go out of network. Um, the difference is that you're not going to get those contracted fees that you would with a contracted dentist. In addition, there are some insurance plans who will actually pay a lower percentage if you go to a dentist who is out of network. So, say they were going to cover 80% for a filling at Office A that's contracted, but Office B is not contracted, so they're only going to charge 70%. So that dentist is going to charge his own fees, and your insurance company may cover a lower percentage. So there's going to be probably a decent size, gap in what would be, discounted for you. Um, Now there is another type of plan out there. It's an indemnity plan. With an indemnity plan, the insurance company is not contracted with the dentist. So you can pretty much go to whoever you want. It's going to cover the same percentage regardless of what office you go to. The only difference is that, you're going to be basing off of whatever that office charges. So you may just need to, take a look and see what that office charges for, whatever service you're needing. And then your insurance company will pay a percentage of that. Um, Now, most dental plans have maximums and deductibles. I say most plans because there are a few rare plans out there that literally have no maximum. You can use it as much as you want with no deductible. I like to consider those unicorn plans. They are out there, but most people do not have access to those. So what is a maximum? A maximum is the maximum amount your insurance company is going to cover in a benefit period. And a benefit period is going to be different from one plan to another. Most plans that we come across are what we call calendar year plans. They go from January 1st to December 31st. There are plans out there that are based on benefit periods. So that means when you signed up for it. So if you signed up in February, your plan would start in February and go through the end of January. So it just really depends. So your insurance has a maximum, and typically we see it at $500 to $1,500. Like I said, there's plans out there that have higher maximums. There's some that actually, believe it or not, have lower maximums. The average is $1,000. $1,000 maximum. So once your insurance company has paid that amount, they won't pay any more for the rest of the year. Now, if you have a PPO plan, the benefit for you is that typically, you could still be seeing those discounted prices after the maximum has been met. Not always, but you could still see a discount after the maximum has been met. That someone with an indemnity plan wouldn't have, or if you're out of network, you won't have. Um, Another thing about maximums is that you're paying for this insurance all year long. If you do not use all of your benefits, you lose them. Okay, there are a small handful of insurance plans that actually will roll over a small portion of those benefits to the next year. But I cannot tell you how many times I have seen patients come in and they're very confident. They're like, I have got a lot of dental treatment that needs to be done, and I haven't used my insurance benefit for 5 years. So I have got $5,000 that I can use. And I have to break it to them that, in fact, they do not have $5,000. They have $1,000, and the $4,000 that they thought they had, in addition to that, they lost. They paid for dental insurance for 5 years, didn't use it, and it is no longer available to them other than the $1,000 available for that year. They're so brokenhearted afterwards, and I feel so bad, but that's the reality of it. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. So if you're going to pay for dental insurance, you might as well be going to the dentist minimum, getting your exam, x-rays, and your routine cleanings. So that's going to be my speech on that today. um, Now, deductibles. This could vary from plan to plan. Again, anywhere from $25 per person to $150 per person. So the average deductible is $50 a person. So what that means is for whatever um, procedures require deductible to be met first, you would pay that, then the insurance kicks in and covers their percentage. Okay. Most plans will have where you pay your deductible only on like 3 members of your family, and then any additional family members won't have to pay the deductible. That's not always the case, but that's typically what I see. I don't usually see a family paying more than 3 deductibles a year. Okay. But that does have to be met for whatever services require the deductible to be met before they cover the percentage. So if you have, questions, go back to the section where I discussed the different categories to see which ones typically do and don't have deductibles. Okay, so how do you pick the plan that's right for you? This is one that I get asked a lot as well. Okay, and I'm gonna give you some questions and hopefully help you to find the plan that will work for you. Okay. So first of all, there are a ton of ways to purchase insurance. You know, you can. We're going to discuss 3 of them. So you can actually go directly to an insurance agency where they can help you find a plan and help you to find an insurance company. They've got like a whole slew of insurance companies that they can talk to on your behalf, um, kind of like a marketplace type thing, and they can help you find, what insurance company you want to use and then help narrow down a plan for you, okay? Or you can go to an insurance company directly. You can go straight to MetLife or Aetna or Cigna, Delta, whoever it is that you're wanting to use, and then choose a plan from them. Um, the best way, in my opinion, is if you have the opportunity to purchase a plan through an employer, try that first, okay? That would be my first recommendation. Is if you are employed and your employer offers dental insurance, try to see what they have available to you first, because typically you're going to get a better rate with better coverage than you would by going the other 2 routes. Now, that again is not always the case, and maybe your employer doesn't have dental coverage as an option, or maybe you don't have an employer. So the other 2 options are going to be better for you. Either way, um, you can go any of these routes for insurance. agency or an insurance company, you want to ask some questions before you purchase a plan, though, and we're going to discuss those now. So here are the most important questions, in my opinion, as to what you need to ask. Okay, so the first one is, how soon do you need to be able to use your insurance? This is really important because are there waiting periods that will prevent you from using your insurance immediately if you're needing it that soon? Another one is, do you need a lot of treatment? You know, some people may need more treatment than others. You want to make sure that you've got a good size maximum if you need a lot of treatment. Okay. Do you have gum disease? This is very important. You want to make sure that your plan is covering that and covering it immediately or as soon as possible. And does the insurance plan cover pre-existing conditions such as teeth that have already been pulled? This is huge. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen patients who have had teeth extracted and then they're so excited they come to me and they're like, "Look, I've got dental insurance now, so I can have a partial or a bridge to replace these teeth that I have missing." And then they find out that the dental insurance plan that they just purchased won't cover to replace teeth that were pulled before they had that insurance. And so they are paying for an insurance plan that doesn't help them at all. So that's a very important thing to ask yourself. And then another one is, does the plan downgrade? There are plans that will pay, say, 80% for a silver filling, but only cover 60 to 70% on a tooth colored filling. Well, there's a lot of dental offices anymore that don't even do silver fillings, okay? Or maybe you just don't want them. Well, your insurance plan may pay less for those tooth colored fillings if you have a plan that downgrades. They could also downgrade on things like crowns, so it's really important to know these questions. And then what about services that are not covered? So kind of touched on this already. I'm going to kind of explain a little bit more. Again, if you have a PPO plan, there's a possibility that you could get additional discounts. You know, even though your insurance isn't going to cover it, maybe your dentist is still going to offer you that contracted discount. He may not. But regardless, if your insurance company covers it or not, it is so important that you get your dental treatment done. Um, there are things that your whole body's connected. So, you know, for instance, periodontal disease. Periodontal disease has been linked to heart attack, stroke, um, preterm labor, low birth weight babies. Um, so it is extremely important that you have your dental treatment completed so that it doesn't affect your body as a whole. And on top of that, your confidence level. You know, you want to make sure that you have that great confidence to go forward and you know, get that job that you're wanting, or just pursue things in life and not have to worry about your teeth holding you back. Because believe it or not, I have seen so many people that have come in, and how their mouth looks directly affects how they feel about themselves. And so you want to make sure that you get that dental treatment done regardless. And you know, typically dental offices will have different ways for you to take care of those services regardless. So this is just kind of a visual showing you that it's all connected. You can see that the heart is connected to the brain, and you know, it's just all connected. You want to make sure you get that taken care of. So what are some different payment options? Most offices will take cash, debit, credit cards. A lot of offices do accept Care Credit. If you don't know what the Care Credit is, it's a way for you to take care of your dental treatment, and usually has interest-free plans as long as you make your payments on time and paid off in a certain amount of time, you'll have interest-free. Um, Care Credit is not sponsoring this video. I've just had a lot of, um, you know, experience with it and seen patients have great experiences. So, and then there are some offices who will allow multiple payments. So there are some offices that maybe will let you, split your treatment up into 2 or 3 payments, and that kind of help you out a little bit. The bottom line here is dental insurance is a great way for you to get the services you need at a discounted price. However, it's just there to help out. Ultimately, you have the opportunity to get your dental treatment done through other options. Like I said, Care Credit is a great one that you can look into. There's some other areas that you can look at financing your dental treatment if paying by cash is not for you. Um, but hopefully this has answered some questions that you may have had regarding your dental treatment, as well as helped inform you of things to ask and things to know regarding your benefits. If you still have additional questions, feel free to reach out to me. I don't mind answering questions if I can, but ultimately, if the insurance company that you happen to be using, they could probably answer those questions a little bit better. But either way, I appreciate you and I hope that you have enjoyed this. I'll talk to you later.